This is Stefan Schmidt for InsiderIowa.com. We're in our news vehicle here, doing a little road trip. Wanted to talk about the Iowa caucuses and the race for nomination for a Republican candidate for president. Inevitably, we this week have to talk about Herman Caine, the pizza CEO. This week suddenly was caught off guard by a story that was reported by one of the political reporting organizations out of Washington, D.C., and it concerns allegations that he was charged by employees when he was the CEO of the National Restaurant Association with sexual harassment. Bill Clinton had problems with sexual harassment and with girlfriends, and he managed to survive that. But Bill Clinton is a Democrat, and we're a little more forgiving, I think, when Democrats lose their way. Herman Caine is running as a conservative, trying to attract the support, and has attracted apparently the support of conservative and Christian groups, Tea Party and others. And a story about sexual harassment itself would probably go away pretty quickly, but the problem was that over the last week, Herman Caine basically flip-flopped and changed his position, his answer to the question of whether there ever was or were incidents of sexual harassment. He said he had never heard of that. Then he said there were some allegations that were unproven. Then he said that, the employees, never followed through, nothing happened. And then the story has evolved. And now, today, as I report to you, there is now evidence that the National Restaurant Association actually paid off a full year's salary to one of these female employees. And apparently they had the two employees apparently had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, which meant that they couldn't talk to anyone about this. But inevitably, the thread unravels. And when you're running for president, you are exposed to everything that has ever happened, and there's nowhere to hide. And so Herman Caine finds himself now in the position of where he has changed his position, his opinion, his answers to this allegation so frequently that, as usual, the story is less the sexual harassment as it is that he is inconsistent, and some people have even said that he lied about it and was covering it up. What's interesting is that a lot of conservative Republicans are saying this is just the liberal media and Democrats and the left wing who are trying to discredit Herman Caine. That's Rush Limbaugh's line, and they're dismissing it. And there's evidence that a lot of conservatives still like Herman Caine for specific reasons that are related to his sort of great talking skills, his conservative position on various issues. But there's also now evidence from specific comments made by some of the very conservative leaders, especially in Iowa, of the Republican Party, saying that this is all pretty unacceptable and that Herman Caine is finished as a candidate. Those are pretty much paraphrasing the words of even some people that are considered leaders in the conservative movement in Iowa. And so the question that I was asked a couple of hours ago by some colleagues who do politics and understand this very well was whether Herman Caine was finished politically or not. My own view is that it certainly is going to seriously damage his credibility. He's gone off message and is no longer talking about his tax reform policies and other things, and is now forced to talk about this issue of sexual harassment. The second woman in this story has apparently, or her lawyer has said, that she would like to have the non-disclose agreement waived so that she can tell her story. And that's tremendous pressure on Herman Caine now, two women coming forward. So an interesting and unexpected development in the campaign of the front runner for the Republican nomination for president. This is Stefan Schmidt for InsiderIowa.com.